What up, fans? This is what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to give you guys my breakdown of the Netflix show Ozark. If you haven't seen the show yet, then there's going to be spoilers in this. This is basically a recap to get everybody ready for season 2. Because I feel like this is going to be probably one of Netflix's best shows over the next several years. I think it's going to have a good run like Orange is the New Black or a Daredevil or a House of Cards, something like that. Something like that. So again, if you haven't seen it yet, then just know there are going to be spoilers in here. This is more or less a review for the existing fans that have already seen it. And if you just want a quick rundown of what happened because you don't have 12 hours of your time to, just throw to the side by binge watching this show, then so be it. You can watch this, listen to my amazing voice, and then with that, you'll be all caught up from when the next season drops, I believe in April. You guys ready for this? All right, on with the show. So this is what we know so far. Marty, played by Jason Bateman, is sitting in his office watching some type of sex tape or porno film. While he's watching this file, he's talking to a couple about a financial decision. Now, when I saw this, I was tripping like, this dude must really have a porn problem if he's just sitting there chilling, watching porn while helping people. Because that's what it looks like at first. Like, we don't actually know what's going on. I know people watch porn at work. Well, I don't know people watch porn at work. I just think it may happen sometimes. But I'm like, for you to start the show off like that, that's wild. As we continue, we find out that the person in the porno is actually Marty's wife. His wife. Yeah, because Marty hired a private investigator to follow his wife and basically let him know what was popping with her. Me personally, I feel like if I hire a private investigator, all you got to really do is tell me what's going on. I don't really think that you got to send me a tape. Send me a picture. I don't need anything. I don't need that. Anyway, now we know this wife is in a position of cheating and he knows that she's cheating. So they're put in like a situation later on with that all going on, that type of turmoil in his life. Now we get the situation where one of his business partners in the company he's working for is basically like playing with the money that they're supposed to be embezzling because Marty and his homeboy, they're embezzlers. The actor played by Esai Morales, the character is Camino Del Real. What we know to our knowledge, he unloads just a bunch of drugs for the Mexican cartel. Now, when questioning Bob, because the money's missing, so Morales shows up and like, hey, what's popping with the bread? I don't know what's going on. Now, Marty has no idea that his homie Bob has been extorting his money. Nobody knows what's going on. However, Bob confesses to taking the money. So as this is going on, Bob's girl is going to the bathroom because she's afraid of what's going on. Del Rio turns around and just empty the whole clip. Bam, bam, bam. So we can't hear her in the bathroom anymore. So we presume that she's dead, along with the rest of the people. Now, the coldest part, right, is that a little bit earlier, you guys might remember Marty's partner Bob was trying to get him to like invest in some place called the Ozarks in like South Dakota or whatever, where they can invest in property and so on and so forth. Flash forward. Morales empties the clip in all of Marty's partners. Marty instantly is like, yo, check this out. This is what we can do. I can move to this place and embezzle you even more money because there's businesses in this place. He pulls out this wrinkled brochure out of his pocket. He's like, yo, there's business in it. There's business here. I can move this bread for you. I can embezzle all the money that you need done. Please just give me a chance. Standing ovation for Marty, because all I know is that if I start pleading for my life, all I'm gonna be like is, hey man, don't kill me, please don't kill me. I got kids. I haven't finished the last season of Game of Thrones. I got a wife on the side. I got side babies. Come on, man. I got these cheeseburgers, man. Just don't do it. Next thing you know, clock, you dead. But Marty's quick thinking made Del Rio change his mind. So rather than kill him, he's gonna continue to use him to clean his money, and he's basically planning on Marty getting him even more money this way. However, he's like, well, this is what we're going to do. To prove to me that you can get this done, I need you to wash a lot of money all at once. A whole lot. And Marty's like, fine, we can do whatever. I don't even care. I'm down. Whatever you need, just as long as I get to have my life. In fact, you need me to hide $60 billion. I will do it. I will go to Bill Gates' house and wash $6 billion, whatever you need done. Are you guys not entertained? Are you not entertained? And this is the coldest part, right? as all this is happening inside of this show, we're kind of under the assumption that like maybe we don't really know exactly what's popping yet. We just know there's a guy, he's involved in finance, he's washing some money. Anyway, with his new alliance with the cartel, Marty packs up all his bags and has to convince his wife to pack all their bags. But the plot thickens because Marty knows that his wife is having an affair, but like he has to like pretend that he doesn't know. So he has to like pretend, he has to tell them that they're moving, but then pretend like he doesn't really know type of thing. Like, hey, yo, we gotta go. Why are we leaving? We have to bounce now. Well, I don't want to go. Can you imagine telling your girlfriend that? We gotta go, but I don't want to go. I get my hair done here. How am I find somebody else to do my hair? Because we have to go. They're going to kill us. Who's going to kill us? We just got to go. We got to go. So he's trying to be incredibly nice to her without like acknowledging the fact that he already knows that like he's cheating on her. Can you imagine pretending that you don't know that even after seeing it? It's crazy. Ridiculous. Anyway, he borderline convinces him to move, but the wife, Wendy, doesn't really trust the whole idea of trying to move somewhere else. So Wendy takes some of Marty's money that's cleaning. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere with you. He goes over and plans to like run off with her like top secret boyfriend, right? Man, look. She runs over to her boyfriend's house and has an eye on the family and gets wind of Wendy's plan. So what does he do? Morales and the cartel pay a visit to Wendy's partner and throw Wendy out the window. So when Marty is gonna go and confront the dude who's like basically banging his wife, the dude just falls out the sky. Splat all over the floor. Just falls to the sky, right? So Marty's like, man, like this is the dude that was banging my wife, and he's just like on the floor. He looks at his face, recognizes him. He's like, man, I don't know. This show is crazy. I was shocked. They just threw the man out the window. And I'm thinking, how can this even happen? Like the worst just keeps getting worse. Back in the show. Here's the thing. We find Marty watching his wife's sex tape over and over and over again until she finally one day unlocks his computer and sees the video for herself. Man, can you imagine? Like, not only do you find out that someone knows that you're cheating, but you find out that they have tape of you cheating. You don't bounce back from that. It's one thing to know, and it's one thing for there to be a tape, but for you to get caught and find out they know through a tape, there's no denying it, and you feel kind of gross, like, that's kind of nasty. Anyway, as the season progresses, we finally get familiar with each character. When do we find out more about her and her reason why she takes the job and why she had an affair? She struggles with depression, and at one point she was not working to stay at home with the children and focus more towards the children. And I was thinking, would I sacrifice my job for my significant other? I mean, if you have seen the show Blackish, the way Anthony Anderson does a great job acting on this show, because as some of us may feel we do so much work, but at sometimes we be at work like goofing off with our coworkers and whatnot. But we feel like we work, but then when you get home, you want someone else to take care of everything. So I guess it's like a trade-off, but it's 2018, like, I mean, you could say woman's lib, but I feel like everybody has like a option. Like, you feel me? If a dinosaur run up, you're going to expect me to fight the dinosaur because I'm a man. I don't really know where we're going to be at, where dinosaurs is going to be running up. All I know is that if I do kill a dinosaur for you, I would expect for you to cook it. Because if you can't cook the dinosaur, this relationship isn't going to work. Anyway, I digress. I've digressed badly. Towards the end of the season, we find that Marty has a dark side when he tells his wife, the satisfying sound of your lover smacking the pavement is the only thing that gets me to sleep every night. God damn. Bam! Wendy punches him in the mouth. Now, I'm going to read that to you guys again. Wendy says some shit to him like, how do you sleep at night? He said, the satisfying sound of your lover smacking the pavement is the only thing that gets me to sleep every night. Ooh, that's cold. When he got smacked, I kind of felt for her because, like, that was kind of rude, even though she wild, but that was kind of rude. I was like, you got knocked the fuck out. Like, anyway. So we see some growth from her and start seeing the other characters grow as well. Marty and Wendy then tell their kids why they moved to the Ozarks because, like, they gets to a point where, like, what are we lying about? Like, at this point, they keep asking questions and want to know, like, why we bounced. And you can only, like, hide stuff for so long. Like, y'all just gonna up and leave. And you have to tell the kids. So Charlotte, who was a daughter, she's figuring out her part. She's stealing boats and she's having sex. And we learn more about the son, Johan, as like he develops an interesting hobby of like hunting and killing animals, which is interesting because like I feel like it's a lot of our fears that like we see our children do something out of the ordinary and then we start to wonder where we went wrong. But he's not killing animals, like hunting them and skinning them. He's not doing weird shit with animals. He's just like hunting them. It'd be different if he was like catching hamsters, cutting their heads off, and like worshiping them, and then wearing the hamster's head on his head and doing weird stuff. He's not doing it. He's just hunting. You know, he's just hunting, and it's not weird yet. It's gonna get weird, but it's not weird yet. Because you don't want to be the next family on the news talking about, hey man, were there any signs? You're like, yeah, well at one point he did have a pet gopher, and then we never saw the gopher anymore until one day we saw the gopher on a cross with no feet. You don't want to say that that's what happened, because that means that you knew when your son went wrong. Anyway, it hasn't gotten weird yet. It hasn't gotten weird. But we'll pay attention to that in further episodes. Another character who we've seen take on a different role and start evolving is Ruth. Ruth started originally from stealing money from the hotel, and we see her evolve all the way to teaming up with Marty to steal from the strip club, and like she's managing the strip club, and like ultimately to the point where she's gonna like kill Marty, and she thinks that she wants to do that, but turns out she doesn't want to do that. It just did an amazing job because Marty basically becomes like a father figure to her, and she doesn't really want to see him die. Episode 8, the flashback episode, goes back to a time before everything happened, and we get to put everything together and get a better understanding of the plot. And it seems like everybody wants to gain something in the flashback episode. We also see Del Rio cutting out someone's eyes. Come to find out, it's his former money launderer, which in a few episodes, we see Marty get a jar that's sent to him with eyes in it, and basically giving him a heads up like, yo, man, if you mess up, man, you know, we can send you some eyeballs too. Marty, realizing what's at stake, is the reason why he wanted to create new IDs and moving his family away, because he knew if he fails, then it's a wrap, basically. The FBI is on this case as well. We'll learn more about Roy and why he's so bent on capturing Del Rio and closing the case. He seems to be a bit off when he's undercover. He develops a relationship with Ruby's brother, Roy. Actually, Roy isn't the type of person that you'd want in your corner, though. It's kind of like expecting a crackhead to bail you out in a fist fight, but like they come in all reckless in the end and you wind up getting your ass whooped and they just over there just smoking crack. So seeing him fold under pressure was like, it was an interesting contrast. Next season hopefully returns because he adds a great element to the show. As for the final encounter of the season between Del Rio and the Redneck family, as they're in agreement in what both sides basically agree, Del Rio says, I never thought we would he basically calls them rednecks. The lady's like, what'd you say? And it's like, he about to say rednecks again, and she blows his head off. Just blows his head off. Smooth off. And there's 2 bodyguards. So as soon as you think things couldn't be like worse for Marty, and you're like, man, like, yo, I thought we're gonna work this out. Like, I thought they're gonna team up with the cartel, because Marty showed up with this plan, with this boat and this gambling. It was gonna be a dope idea, and they just blow his head off. So it was a gift and a curse for that, because I see like the despair on Marty's face, like, damn, man, really? And I'm also excited, like, damn, well, how are they gonna fix this in the next season? So I'm excited to see what season 2 is gonna bring. It'll give us more answers, and we'll find out if Marty's going to continue like a downward spiral, or if he's just going to be able to like take over the whole cartel with the rednecks. Like, is Ruby going to eventually kill Marty? Man, this is just a great show, and I believe this show has a potential to be even better. For next season, I'm going to do one of these for every episode. So thank you for listening, and this is something we can take away from this show. Money is not peace of mind. Money is not happiness. Money is, at its essence, the measure of a man's choices. Now, I don't need to say something else about this show. One reason why this show is incredibly great is because a lot of times we watch a lot of organized crime shows, crime syndicate shows, whatever. Everything is about the mob, and everything's about like the alpha dog in the mob, or the hitman, or the gang, or the small people in the gang. The reason this show is dope is because we get to see it from the guy who's not the muscle. We're seeing everything from Marty's point of view. He's the financier. He's the money laundering guy. And for there to be a show about the money laundering guy inside of the mob, I just think it's a brilliantly creative idea, and I'm really happy for it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. There will be more to come. And any comments you want to leave in the bottom, feel free. Like, dislike, just appreciate you watching. So bless up. There will be more. 100.